This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association, your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Riley Smith.
Well, good day and welcome to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Today is Tuesday, April 11th, 2023. We're so glad you could join us today. In today's show, I talked with Landus President and CEO Matt Carstens as they just recently wrapped up their fourth series of Landus Innovation Connector events. We'll also take a look at that ag weather outlook, but first, let's run down the markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
We're at the end of another trading day in the ag marketplace, and for a bit of analysis, we go to Jacob Burks of agmarket.net. Of course, we had the April WASDE report today, so Jacob, how have the grain markets reacted to that?
The reaction was a little bit sporadic as the markets came out. There was, realistically, numbers-wise was pretty blasé. But the beans were up before the report. Actually went down and went negative here across the whole complex in soybeans for just a little bit. But we rallied strong, closed the day up to dime in the old crop. New crop was up 2 or 3 cents. In the corn market, you had still a little bit of a bull spread going on where your front months were down only a couple of cents. Your May and July contract were down 2.5. And then the new crop was down 4 to 5 on the back end. But wheat market took most of the pain. It felt like we were down 7 or 8 cents across the Chicago, and in the Kansas City we were down about 8 or 9.
Now the reaction to that's kind of interesting because we usually don't look too hard at the April WASDE report, anyways, do we?
It's usually not a kind of a non-event. And at one point, I mean, if you look at most of the commentary, it's going to be, hey, they punted. I said before this report, I said I won't be surprised if I'm surprised on the report, and the reason I was saying it was because we had such a wide variety of guesses looking at the quarterly stocks report on the March 30th. So as that number was so wide, we ended up being down at the low end in the beans. Corn was right in the middle, but there was a lot of things that could have changed on this report. The USDA had a lot of reasoning. In my opinion, to make some changes domestically to the balance sheet. In corn, realistically, they didn't. They changed the imports by 10 million. They take away in the feed, seed, and industrial number another 10 million. So it actually ended up at the exact same ending stocks number. The idea in the beans, though, they didn't change anything on the domestic stocks or domestic balance sheet. And that was kind of, I think, was a little bit of a surprise. I think a lot of people were expecting us to be under 200 million bushels. And they did nothing. And I think they could have taken away a little bit from the exports. They could have, I felt like we needed to do something just because of where the quarterly stocks were, maybe increased the exports. But the change was in the Argentina number. So they took it down 6 million metric ton. That was 2 million metric ton more than what the average guest thought we were going to take it down. So at that point, I had to look, okay, how come the world ending stocks was about the same? And they decreased about 5 million metric ton from the usage across the world numbers. So there were some things in the beans that you had to kind of dig for.
I think kind of interesting in the Argentina side of things as well is yesterday they officially opened up that soy dollar program and then had a pretty disappointing start. They're really not getting the numbers they saw from that. First off, with that soy dollar program, were we expecting much of an impact from that? And then what was that picture looking like going forward?
Well, that impact was pretty prevalent in the first 2 times they did it. This is round number 3. And, some of it from our JSA partners that brought to our attention was the fact that there's terminology in this opening, in this soy dollar policy or plan that's going to extend it beyond for several months. So I think their intention, their philosophy was, hey, we know we're not going to get the immediate reaction that we got the last couple of rounds. They're extending certain things out to allow this to benefit them for a longer period of time this time. So I think it's probably going the way they thought it would.
And then on the other side of the ag marketplace, how are the livestock numbers looking today?
Oh, it's just another day of cattle going higher. So we saw a quiet day, I guess, in the live cattle. We didn't see anything. I didn't see anything reported on the cash yet. We saw very, very, very light yesterday, around the 175 area, somewhere of that sort. We saw the feeder cattle up $2.20 across the May. So that was huge. That's a big number. Trading now 207. We're up to 164, traded 164, 165 in the June contract. The poor hogs, the pigs just cannot catch a bid. We did find some support. Still, we kept the support that we kind of baselined a little bit in that June contract. And realistically, you're just hoping to see some type of demand spark to get that hog market to bounce back in there. And realistically, you got to find something to spark the interest of the funds.
Well, and we could potentially see that demand spark a little earlier than usual with these higher than normal temperatures. Maybe grilling season will kick in a little earlier. I'm
telling you that my Easter buffet was some pork chops with some roast. Just trying to clean out the freezer for getting ready for what's to come. But that is a potential demand spark. It's in maybe a little bit earlier the spring than normal, and maybe some potential demand there. But realistically, I think we have plethora of pork on hand. The export numbers have been solid, but nothing outstanding. I think there's just ideally you will see some more of that demand come with just a simple price, inability to produce the amount of poultry that we need just due to some of these disease problems, high priced beef. So you would think that the hogs can catch a bid somewhere down here in this level.
Lots of great information today, Jacob. For those of our listeners and our viewers who would like to get in touch and learn more from the folks at agmarket.net, how can they do that?
Just simply look us up on the website to agmarket.net. Take a 30-day free trial of our intel. We'd love to show you what we have first. You can catch any of our information there on the website under the About Us page.
Thanks for taking the time to visit with us today, Jacob, and we look forward to chatting with you again soon.
All right. Thanks for having me. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. That again was Jacob Burks of agmarket.net. We'll go ahead and take a look at how those numbers close. That's courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart. May corn is down 3 even at 6.51 even. December new crop down 3.5 at 5.59 1/4. May soybeans up 10 even at 14.97 1/4. November new crop up 4.5 at 13.14 1/4. May soybean meal up 7.10 at 4.57.80. Soybean oil up 41 at 54.89. Chicago wheat down 4.5 at 6.74 even. Minneapolis spring wheat down 12 3/4 at 8.62 1/4. Kansas City hard red wheat down 7 3/4 at 8.68 1/4. May oats down 1/4 at 3.40 1/4. On the Merc, April live cattle up 92 at 172.30. May feeders up 220 at 207.82. April lean hogs down 32 at 73.05. May pork cutout down $1 at 87.25. April class 3 milk down 3 cents at 18.63. And that's been a check of the markets here on Ag Matters PM. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. When we come back, I talk with Landus President and CEO Matt Carstens. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Recently, Landus Cooperative wrapped up their 4th series of Landus Innovation Connector events down in downtown Des Moines. That is where they bring in farmers to kind of get in touch with their partners and other experts to see what the newest and latest innovations in ag technology are like, and of course have discussions about those problems and make sure the farmers are at the center of those discussions. So I talked with Matt Carstens. He's the president and CEO of Landus, and that's really what he had mostly to say, was that we want to keep those farmers in the middle of those discussions and get some solutions from them directly. All right, we are here with Matt Carstens of Landus, of course, at the Innovation Connector here in Des Moines. Always at the cutting edge of innovation. Since we've been here last time in June for the ribbon cutting ceremony, it's still cutting edge, but a lot has changed. Just tell us a little bit on how that kind of first season of Innovation Connector events has gone for you guys.
Yeah, well, it definitely is on the cutting edge. We're excited about the changes we've seen. We've almost doubled the size of the innovation space, which means we've got more than double the amount of technology and just innovation in general that's here for our farmers to see. We'll have over 1,000 through in a full year. And it really is about putting the farmer at the center of this discussion, right? We don't need solutions looking for a problem. We need problems that can find the solution and drive that change in agriculture and reverse the script from being led by non-farmers to farmers at the center and leading that discussion and evaluating the different innovations that are out there and providing other thoughts on other challenges they have that could be beneficial in future years as they come through here. And most importantly, when they go home, they get to think about the decisions they're making and what could change, what could play a role in that, and whether, would they buy a new sprayer, should it have different technology on it now, as they can see through John Deere that's here and others. So it's exciting time to really put them in the center and let them be in control of innovation and their farming operation as they see the future.
And what a unique opportunity they have to come here and kind of get that one-on-one experience to talk with these companies, because instead of having maybe just a broad statement put out, they get that personalized conversation where they can really figure out what would be good for them and what they're excited for.
Well, for sure, they get to not only shake the hand of the inventor or company, but also get to see it live or touch whatever that is and be able to see what it can do and how it could fit on their farm. And that's what this needs to be, right? I love the days have gone by of hot August plot tours, but that was yesterday's news. Today, we've got to get the farmer ready with the speed of change and what's going on in innovation and how that's going to affect them and the journey of connecting them to the consumer. Because at the end, that's what we're here for, right? Those that consume the product, whether it's fuels or food, even fiber, that's the journey we're on. And the better we can connect that farmer to consumer, the better we win, and they get to see some of those ways that those connections will happen going forward.
And how has kind of vendor interest increased as well? So, they see the opportunity to get with these farmers and one-on-one and talk with them on a personal level. And, when I was here last time, it was just that one hall of vendors in there. Now it extends into another room and even a little further. What's that been like so far?
Well, there's some that wishes we would expand it even more, because we did have to turn some away. But I think it's important that there is churn, right? And every time we have 2 seasons of this, whether they come to both seasons or just one, that every time the farmers come, they're seeing new and innovative products that allow them to go back and take the next step. So the vendors, I tell them to hang in there with us. We're going to try to get everyone through it and a part of this, because it's not our job to evaluate if they're right or wrong. It's the farmer's job. If you put them at the center, then they need to be the one that drives it. So today we're kind of assessing it from the standpoint of best we could tell, since the requests are greater than what we can hold. And who knows, the team here at Landus may decide to expand again to make room for more of them. But in the end, it's exciting to see the farmers get to choose the winners and losers and not try to just do it as a corporation or a cooperative for them.
And then for each event, have you guys been able to kind of group these together in topics so that farmers can come to discuss certain technologies on a certain event?
The technologies range clear across, so there isn't a general theme, and we want that, because when a farmer goes through there may be really focused on one aspect or another. So no matter who the farmer is, he or she can experience what's most important to them, whether it's in spraying or grain handling or data, tech, sustainability, whatever that case may be. We think it's important that they have that and be able to touch that. So it'll always have a wide range, although it may accidentally tend stronger to one than the other. But in the end, we'll keep it variable so every farmer has something that piques their interest, and again, able to take back to their farming operation and do what's right going forward.
And then just to wrap up, Matt, have you heard from farmers specifically on what they think of these events and the benefits they've seen?
Well, they have. I mean, you get a lot of repeat, which is great. As they want to come back and see more, and we've got some exciting announcements coming up in early April that's going to take where we're at today and go to a whole new level, and we're teasing that with them today so they can start to see even a bigger day coming, and not just what they see here, but other paths that they can take, and again, taking a jump in this to a whole new level. So, come sometime first half of April, we should have some announcements on that will be exciting for all of agriculture, and particularly the owners here at Landus.
Well, thanks for taking the time to visit with us today, and thanks for bringing us out here today as well.
Absolutely. Always enjoy it. Thanks for being a part of it again. You're all welcome anytime.
That again was Landus President and CEO Matt Carstens. As for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at that ag weather outlook. Well, spring didn't last very long as we've jumped right into the summer temperatures for right now. Of course, today, most of the state seeing temperatures in the 80s. Tomorrow, pretty much the entire state is going to see those 80-degree temperatures, so take advantage of those summertime temperatures while you can. It still looks like it'll be nice for a while, but this is kind of the peak of those temperatures for a little bit. Take some time to go on a walk, ride a bike, even get ahead on planting flowers or anything while you're at that. And of course, the farmers will be getting planting in the fields very soon. So let's see what the National Weather Service has in store for the next 24 hours. As you can see from the National Weather Service, it's basically summer at this point. Today we have sunny to mostly sunny and breezy conditions with summertime temperatures, highs ranging from the upper 70s to low 80s. Tonight it'll be mostly clear and slightly breezy, lows ranging from the mid to upper 50s. And tomorrow those temps will climb even higher. It'll be sunny and windy once again, highs ranging from the low to upper 80s. Taking a look at the affiliate weather map for tomorrow, Cherokee will be sunny with a high around 85, Shenandoah sunny and 87, Des Moines sunny and 84, Waterloo sunny and 83, Albia sunny and 82, and Clinton, big surprise, sunny skies once again and a high of 81. For more detailed forecasts in your part of the state, make sure to check in with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. That's been a check of the Ag Weather Outlook, and that also brings us to the end of this episode of Ag Matters PM. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. You can also follow us on social media at Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and LinkedIn. You can find all of our video content as well as previous episodes of AMPM on our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when those videos go live. Don't forget as well our free Twice Daily Market podcast on Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. From the IARN studios in Des Moines, I'm Riley Smith. On behalf of Mark Magnuson and Dustin Huffman, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.